You think you know everything about cats, and then someone comes around to prove you wrong. But I'm so glad for it. I was informed that should you pull out your harp, they will sit there listening at attention. And that's not all. Remlets sing along to you playing the harp. This is the single best thing this item has ever done, including helping us save the world, because it's just normally so lame. But I'm sorry, I gotta say it, the harp is actually kind of cool now. Man, okay, I am so glad for this though, but little ones, I'm sorry. I need to leave you for another day. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. This time we are getting a lecture about how stupid we are from one of the esteemed senior knights. Now, last time we went around the surface world, the Skyfield, and Skyloft, getting many more rewards from the goddess herself that were now enabled by our claw shots. And we also completed the adventure pouch, getting our 8th and final slot for it. Oh, and another heart container. That too. Not that big a deal, but still worth mentioning. And this time, I guess we're finding another way down to the surface. I thought I could jump off of that cliff, but I guess those cats that loved watching me so much watched me fall to my death in one of these alternate universes. I am so sorry for them. Hey, Sky Stag Beetle, and not a moment too soon. There's a potion that I want to make later on that you're useful for, so I want to grab you, because you are right on the way. Conveniently, it is right next to the nearest dock that'll take us to where we want to go. Now, you might wonder why I always faceplant off of this. Aside from just liking the faceplant, well, I kind of like my bird. That dock is specifically designed to just dick over somebody. Dick over somebody. Sorry. It is... I don't think I even want to try for a second attempt on that word choice. It's just designed to just be a jerk to somebody. Oh, I guess I can't. Never mind. Either way, either I'm getting a faceplant or my bird is getting one hell of a chip off of its beak. No matter what you do, you're likely to have something stupid happen off of that dock. I'm blaming Elvis for it because he seems to be the person who installs all those wooden things around Skyloft with that little hammer of his. Now, we're going down to the surface world. There is nothing left that I want to do in the sky. And in Lanayru Desert, we are taking our claw shot covered hands and going to the West Desert. Amphilis. You are going to look this way. Any second now. Yes. Now, people were informed. No. Well, it sounded like a good idea at the time. Okay, that was kind of worth it for another upskirt shot. Wow, no. Okay, now it's actually getting kind of old. People were informing me that if you Z target, hold forward, press A, do a forward slash, then they still don't die. I have double damage on my sword, and they still take 2 hits. That means that they would have taken 4 hits on our first visit. I'm sorry, I don't agree. People were saying that my method of like using a bomb drop from a beetle was too roundabout and I could have just been doing jump attacks on them to easily kill them. No, I don't agree. And not even because I messed up the first 2 times. That was on me. The fact that I would have had to have pulled that off 4 times in a row, I probably would have been pretty liable to take damage anyway, and that would have taken a while. No. I think, honestly, the beetle is the safer route. Those guys just suck. I'm sorry. Anyway, the thing that we came here to do is that there is a pathway that we have never been down. We don't know what's in here. Now that we have our claw shots, our gift from the goddess will enable us to go deeper into the Lanayru Caves. Not exactly the most creative name, but this isn't Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, so I'll let it slide. Aw, he's so serene just working there. I like the sound of like a pickaxe just like plinking against something. some blessed butterflies that are cluing us into a secret being right here. And our harp is lame once again. Oh, not overly. Evil crystal. Can't call that useless, unless nothing that we have coming up is going to use it, but even then, it probably will still sell for like 30 rupees each. They say somewhere in this vast desert, there is a dragon who loves putting the abilities of those who visit him to some kind of test. If you can master the challenges he throws at you, you'll be rewarded with a shield stronger than any other. Considering we have not met a dragon, gone through any said test, or gotten a shield the said qualities, I'd say we have something very interesting coming up in our adventure. Also, I'm not progressing the text because I love how the grass looks in the background right now. Just kind of yet another way that Skyward Sword has that beauty to it, and just those, well, I guess we've also seen its little details with the remlets. Now, I could disturb that guy, but, you know, maybe I should just leave him to it. I'm just gonna blow up everything that I can in this room as I am waiting for him to, well, no, this isn't. I picked up a tumbleweed and did the most roundabout way of getting a green rupee I think I have ever seen. Also, there's nothing there, huh? I'll grab you. Gonna toss it that. Monster horn! Not exactly a terribly common material, so I'll definitely take that. Not like I have a choice at this point, I'm locked into it. Wait. Fi, are you going to explain this to me twice? Like... I guess... well, no. There's a puzzle in the Ancient Cistern that explains that to you, that if enemies have items on you, it demonstrates to you that you have to get it. And you have to do that to get to this point. No, I'm sorry. I'm counting it. That is 2 redundant explanations in picking up 1 collectible. They're outdoing themselves. They truly are. I didn't want to grab... I'm sorry, tumbleweed. I did not want to grab it. I guess technically you're not a tumbleweed yet. What do they call tumbleweeds like before they break off and roll across the ground though? Because I'm sure that's something that like happens from the wind. Oh, I guess he heard something though, but it wasn't enough to distract him from his work. I'm just destroying this room as much as I possibly can before he turns around. I love doing that whenever people are in the room and like I'm cleaning it with them in it, and then they suddenly turn around and they're like, wait, since when was I in this room? It's always fun to see their reactions. Trying to roll. No. There's a stone wall inside of that one, and if you roll another bomb into it, then you can get what is on the other side. You kind of got to work at this one to get it to release its goodness. Let's see, is it just... okay, it's just pots right now. So it's gonna take a 3rd bomb to see what's actually in there. Better be good. Or maybe I'll have to slap a 3rd redundant explanation on you just because I'm not feeling very nice. Nah, I wouldn't do that. 11 rupees. Can't really call it too useless considering I wasn't really using my bombs. Also, still imagining Link turning around in that tight of a space sounds hilarious. And I'm still not gonna talk to this guy. I'm gonna ditch him completely because, for one, there is a stool in this room. And Lord knows I need it. I want to show that over this way, this sign says that it's the access to the Lanayru mine, where someone will solve the mystery of the time shift stones. I guess they didn't figure that beating the crap out of it would make them travel back in time, but I guess it's a mystery to some people still. You might not remember it, but there's a bit of a gorge that we had seen earlier with claw shot targets on it. And should we Spider-Man our way all the way through the gorge, you will see that this is where we came into the Lanayru Desert on our very first visit, aka 5 miles from where we should have come into the Lanayru Desert on our first visit. Thanks for that again, Impa. Gonna go across here, and now that we're on the other side, there's a sand cicada. We have not caught one of those in a while. They're not exactly the most common of bugs, so I'll gladly accept one of those. No bug is harder to catch. And now, a whole line of Octoroks in front of us. I have a newfound hatred for Octoroks, so you betcha you need to die. One more left, and you also must die. Even though you did nothing wrong, I just have a really strong hatred for Octoroks in another universe. And there's a treasure chest that we saw all the way back on our first visit that we are now finally collecting. Another evil crystal. Explaining it to us for the third time today, huh? Okay, it's the second, but it sure feels like it. Come on. I don't know if this was intentional, but can I just say that this doorway back to where we were looks like a giant metal gorilla with a really big mouth? Perhaps it's an effigy to worship the steel mech-gorilla. I'm not really sure, but it's just one of those cases where you see faces in machinery and it looks really funny. I don't know, I've seen some pretty goofy looking pretty goofy looking hand dryers in public restrooms in my day. I don't know about you, but it's always amusing whenever you see faces in technology like that. I'm gonna blow that one up and see if that'll get him to turn around. At least he had some sort of a reaction. Oh! I guess it's what it takes. I almost never get visitors. My name is Golo, and I'm researching the legend of the 3 dragons, one of which is said to live here. At first glance, it would seem that there is nothing in this area, but I know there is something here. I will just keep on looking. So your name is Link, I see. Not the easiest name to say, is it? Yes, I know, a lot of people mistakenly call me Lunk. Such a difficult name. And how about you, Lunk? Why are you here? You are looking for a sacred flame? That sounds like something I have heard of before, but maybe not. Sweet Goro! I remember now. I read something about it in an ancient scroll that spoke of the Lanayru Desert. I do not remember all the details, but you can get to Lanayru Desert if you go straight through here. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge considering you're still picking away out the wall. If you want to get to the Lanayru Desert, you are going to need this key. Good luck to you. Do you have anything more to say, or are you just gonna get back to chipping away? Is there anything else I can help you with? If you find anything about the legend of the 3 dragons, be sure to let me know. I suppose we'll remember you. We kind of already had a Goron that was into archaeology as it was. Isn't that kind of like cannibalism, considering they are rocks and yet they're like destroying rocks in order to like find things out? I'm just saying, you know, I'm not really sure what the entomology of a Goron is like, but it doesn't really seem like they're too sure themselves, though, so I think they wouldn't do it, just to be on the safe side. Got yet another one of these doors of a robot holding its nipples, and I am always happy to partake in... There's no good way to end that sentence, so I'm just gonna stop right there. Okay, fine. Partake in said watching that activity. No. A report, Master. This is Lanayru Desert. This whole area was once a vast ocean. The water has all evaporated, and now the area is a sea of sand. Signs indicate that this place functioned as a port, linking the land to the sea. This area operated on a new form of power. There is a 90% probability that the sacred flame is located ahead. I recommend exploring this sand sea. I would like for you to take a moment to listen to the music if you would so be inclined. Much like Lanayru Desert before it, it sounds so beautiful and just so windy, very befitting of this area. But it sounds very somber, and it's kind of just good thinking music, I feel. I'm gonna blow you up, not get anything for my troubles because I was impatient, didn't kill you the way that you were supposed to, giving myself a lot more chances. But I like to think, Lanayru Ant. Let's get you. Haven't caught one of you in quite a while. We're just seeing a lot of bugs that we haven't seen in a long time. Probably because we haven't been to Lanayru Desert in a long time, so that's kind of how that works. Get you. And nothing. Cool. But just this area... I've said before that I like Lanayru Desert a lot, and part of that comes from the Sand Sea. I like this song quite a bit. I like the song in the Lanayru Desert main area quite a bit, too. camera. I was inside my own arm there for a second. Oh, cool. I can see how non-existent my biceps truly are beneath my tunic. That'll get us through here. Actually, could we have just walked around? No, we couldn't have. Good thing I did this. We're inside here. We have about a zillion of these guys. Spin attacks are an efficient way to mass murder them. They are what I prefer. It's the low irritant way of getting rid of bugs. Oh no! Jelly blob, I missed it. Darn it. Could have had yet another thing explained to me for the... But no, I had to miss out on it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be overly negative, but when I have an item explained to me for the 45th time, it does kind of bring out the worst in me. What can I say? It's character flaw. That is one thing that I want to grab. That is kind of the important thing of the area, but there are some other doorways around this place. Also, it is shaped a little bit like the Hylian crest that you see on pretty much everything. You know, that symbol that you use the Skyward strike on to make stuff happen over at the Isle of Songs? Yeah, that thing. What happens if I claw shot you, actually? I know that I would probably conduct electricity in said situation, though, but what happens? Nothing? I guess I do break a little bit of jelly off of you, though, so I technically am making you reproduce into other choo-choos, just albeit very small ones. Saw some 4 more Lanayru ants over this way. I'd rather not squish you. I'd rather just grab you. Doing pretty well on that front. And now, do not forget to kill this guy as well. You know what? I'll kill you the way I'm supposed to. Maybe I can make up for that jelly blob that I missed. Nope, not gonna happen. Bird statue, do not forget to check in with it. An ancient harbor might be one of the coolest sounding area names I've heard in quite a while. Seen all too many of those dots. Well, if he's not gonna open his mouth and tell us what's wrong, I guess we have no choice but to bring you back to life. Who are you? Bzzzt. Some human? Verm? Who am I? Bzzzt. I am the proud skipper of the ship that protects Nayru's flame. Fweep. Protector ship isn't even what he said, but sure, I guess in the way of Link's personality, we will answer that. It was the day of the storm. Fweep. My crew and I were navigating the seas as usual. Vroom. And then those brutes, bzzzt, the pirate, suddenly attacked us. Burst. They were after Nayru's flame. Zipped. My crew was imprisoned, Vert, and I was thrown into the sea. I drifted on the current to this port. Vroom. After that, I took this boat and went searching for my ship and crew, but they were nowhere to be found. Bzzzt. It haunts me, wondering where my ship could be. Fweep. I'd bet my hat that they've turned the ship invisible and are hiding out somewhere. Vroom. You can't see it. In order to protect Nayru's flame, the ship has a function that allows it to become invisible. Weep. You say you're searching for Nayru's flame? Bzzzt. Oh, so you need Nayru's flame to find someone important to you. Vroom. In that case, you should help me search for my ship and crew. Weep. If you'll help me, bzzzt, then I guess I'll let you on my boat. I'll help you, Captain. Really? Vroom. Well, in that case... There's something weird about that map of yours. Vroom. If you're gonna navigate these treacherous waters, you're gonna need a proper sea chart. Do-weep! There is a sea chart in my shack at Skipper's Retreat. Bzzzt. So first, you need to get on the boat and set a course for Skipper's Retreat. Shall we shove off? Not quite yet. We need to get a move on. Bzzzt. Yes, 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 I know. We will get to that in the very near future, but for now, I think we've hit a fairly good stopping point. We've gotten to explore quite a bit of this new area, gotten lots of items along the way, and in our exploration, we have now stumbled upon our first objective. Next time on The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword, we're going out into the sands of time. See you guys then.